Britt and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Tonight is taco night. It's one of our favorite nights out of the week. I love this because it's so simple. You can kind of tweak it to whatever your family likes. You can change it up, and I'm really excited to share this one with you. It actually comes from the book Nourish, and if you guys haven't been checking out our channel lately, you guys know that once a month I feature a book that we really enjoy that I think you guys will get a lot of value out. And for the month of March, this is our last recipe from this one, but it's the book Nourish. And I just think this is such a fantastic book that has so much knowledge, especially for those who are trying to raise their family plant-based. There's a lot of great tips and information in here. You guys should check it out. So I will have this linked down below. Go rent it from your library. It's really a good one. And we're gonna do taco night from the back of the book. It's on page 368. And this is an awesome recipe. You can kind of, again, play around with what you'd like, but this makes a big amount, so this is definitely one that we have a ton of leftovers that I love, so I'm not in the kitchen too long, especially though I love cooking. Sometimes I need a break. So this is a great one that gives me just that. And so we're gonna get started. There's a couple things that we're gonna tweak to the original recipe, and I'll let you guys know about that. You can modify any recipe from any cookbook to fit your personal lifestyle or what you're trying to achieve on a plant-based diet even. And so I'll tell you those tips and tricks that we're gonna do. We did get an extra firm block of tofu that I patted dry, and then I just crumbled in a large bowl. We're gonna make kind of like taco crumbles, but we're gonna do it with tofu instead of traditionally you'd have meat in this dish. And we're also going to use some beans. So those are some great, sources of protein, and really will be filling to make this a really awesome dinner. So again, that's 1 block of extra firm tofu. And I will post the ingredients on the screen now. I'm not going to give you the exact amounts because, again, you guys should go support the book and purchase it. It comes from them. And so again, that's all linked down below or at your local library. So in goes my firm tofu, and you can get a good idea for this. This is going to be our taco seasoning. I would avoid buying taco seasoning from grocery stores. They usually have so many ingredients. I think one of the things when I became plant-based that was eye-opening to me was reading the ingredients, even on things like something you wouldn't think of would be like a seasoning packet. So much salt, way too much sodium. And so it's so easy to make your own, and it tastes just as good, I promise. So I have some smoked paprika I'm going to add in. I have some onion powder, garlic powder, dried oregano. I also have some cumin, and I have some chili powder. Now in the book, it does talk about adding that you can add some salt. If you're SOS free or salt free like I am, you can just leave it out. So I didn't add any salt to this. And that's when you go through any plant-based cookbook, if you see something with salt or oil, generally you can just leave it out. Makes it very easy. There's also a little bit of olive oil in this recipe as well, and again, I just leave it out. Alright, give this a nice toss with all of the seasonings. Now you can put this on some parchment paper, and we're going to put it in the oven. If you follow more of Dr. Greger information like I do, you guys will know that cooking protein like tofu at high temperatures is kind of not so great for glycotoxins. So you can cook this in the oven at a lower temp for a little bit longer. So I like to put this in right around 250, right underneath there, and just, bake it for a little bit longer, and it turns out perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Tweak any of these plant-based recipe books or books for what you personally follow, and the majority of all of the recipes you're going to be able to make just with slight substitutions or even omitting things. It works perfect, and it doesn't have to be stressful. I think cooking is one of those things that you can definitely, as you do it, you get more confidence and you become more relaxed in your choices, but I think that people get really stressed out by seeing different little items where it's really easy just to kind of, the longer you do it, it's the easier it gets to just kind of navigate around those things. So I really wanted to stress that to you guys that, let's say you are feeding your kids plant-based dinners. You know, tofu is a great choice. I even like tofu and we eat it on the regular. But let's say you are trying to focus on weight loss. You might want to just do the beans parts and put the seasoning into the beans. So there's black beans and kidney beans in this recipe. You might want to put the seasonings on those and use that as your meat filling for the tacos or the substitute, right? So you can kind of tweak it for whatever your goals are, is what I'm trying to say. All right, I have my baking pan. I really like tofu though, so we always make it with that. But some people might even have a soy allergy, so that's another way to avoid it. All right, and then I'm gonna spread it out evenly, so I'm gonna use my hands for this part. Kind of spread it out. And again, I'm gonna bake this at a lower temp, probably around 240, and I'm just gonna cook it for a little bit longer till the tofu is done and dries up just a little bit, and then we are ready to move to the next part of the recipe. After the tofu comes out, I'm just gonna add mine to a pan that I also have 1 can of black beans, 1 can of kidney beans that I've rinsed and drained. So I'm just gonna add the tofu crumble. Smells really good. Moving to the vegetables, I have a red onion chopped, a red bell pepper, and I also have some shredded cabbage and some red kale that I'm gonna saute together. So I'm gonna turn my induction top on, like medium high, and I'm pretty much gonna saute this. You know, if I need to add some water or vegetable broth, I can, but I'm just gonna saute this until the onions are translucent and some of this kale and cabbage has wilted down a little bit. And then, you know, I also have some corn tortillas that I'm gonna heat up just so they get nice and toasty. I'll show you a really easy way to do that. And for toppings, you can add salsa, you can make our sour cream. I'll link that above right now. Lots of different options to kind of top this with, but this is such a good option for taco night. Super easy and simple. I'm telling you what, looks awesome. And takes no time. It makes a very large quantity, so for us it'll last us a long time. And I'm so excited to have dinner tonight because taco night is such a fun night. I love it. I'm gonna let this cook down. One more thing I wanted to add in is that if you see oil in a recipe, you can just sub it for water or even vegetable broth or stock. Really easy to do. You can sub it 1-to-1 and just make sure nothing sticks. Add it to your pan. And even the vegetables will release a little bit of water on their own. So this is an awesome way to saute oil-free. And like I said, you can tweak the recipes to fit what you personally want to do. That's always what I'm doing with the hundreds of cookbooks we have. Once the onions are translucent, you can go ahead and add your beans and tofu mix. And this is just gonna heat everything to make it nice and warm for serving. Like I said, this makes a large amount. Last us almost all week. So if you have a big family, this is one definitely to have. Once everything is warmed through, it should only take a couple minutes. You can kind of remove this from the heat. It's a heavy pan. Makes quite a lot. Alright, and now what I like to do is prepare my corn tortillas. So you can find them, you can even make them at home. That's not very hard, but when I do buy them, I like to get them from Trader Joe's because they only have 3 ingredients. It's white corn, water, and lime. So I will usually go, and usually I have one in my freezer as well. So I like to just slightly brown them. It helps kind of remove that rubbery taste that sometimes people complain of. So on a smaller skillet, it doesn't take long, medium heat. And I'm just gonna kind of warm these up and brown them. And then you can kind of form them to be your shells. So you can also do this in the oven and make more of like a hard shell. I like to just take a couple minutes right here. And then I really like to serve these on a platter. So what I'll do for me and my husband is I'll just make a couple of our tacos kind of set up in a dish like this. And then I will make all of the toppings kind of like a taco bar. So this is the filling and everything already made. But I'll have our sour cream, I'll have maybe hot sauce, I'll have salsa, I'll have extra scallions, all of that ready to go. Also, another idea besides doing the corn tortillas could be doing even lettuce cups, and that's really awesome in this as well. We do that a lot during the summer. So there's a bunch of different ways to make it, but I really know you guys are gonna like this one, and the entire family will love it. It smells so good in here. I'm really excited for dinner tonight. After your tortillas come off the skillet, you can just form them into little taco shells. I love this. I have them all lined up, and then I just put them in a platter. I like to scoop in the filling and then make a little arrangement of toppings from salsa, scallions, extra fresh lettuce or shredded lettuce. I like to add our sour cream, and I will have this, you know, on the weekends. It's really awesome. It makes such a large volume, so if you like to meal prep or if you have a large family, this is perfect. I love it. Keeps really nice in the refrigerator. You can just heat it up. You can do lettuce cups. You guys are set. So I'll post a picture of it on the screen now. And I already have been eating one of them, but it's so good. You guys are gonna like this. The whole family's gonna like this. So this is from the book Nourish. It's on page 368 under Taco Night. Make sure you check out the book down below. Make it to fit your family's needs or your needs. And I hope you guys will get it and try it out. So make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, leave us a comment, have a fun taco night, and I'll see you guys real soon for the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.